Show on the road and people are still coming in. All right, so today's lecture we're titling is Nick Sibicky is wrong.
No.
Say it ain't so. No. Say it ain't so. And so
testing us.
And so well, a little bit to some degree, actually, yes.
No. There we go.
Because I certainly have my own preconceptions about the game, and I'm not that strong, right, in the grand scheme of things. I mean, professional players still, several multipliers stronger than I am. And so I'm up here, every week trying to give you guys the world through, my particular best lens that I have available, but it's still pretty foggy. So I'm wrong about lots and lots of things. And quite frankly, even if you go up to skill levels higher than I do, you're several skill levels higher than I am, they'll still be wrong about lots of things, right? It turns out this game's really, really hard. Like really, really hard. And so if you actually looked at any game I played and just got a group of professionals together and tried to evaluate, okay, what was the best move on the board, and did Nick Sibicky play it? If I get 10% right, I'm in good shape, right? It's a really hard game. And so this past week, or I guess a week ago, I put up some game reviews, and one of the people had actually searched one of the positions in a pro game database, and he said, "Oh, well, you're totally wrong here." And I went, "Huh, that's funny, because this is the move I've been playing for a while." I've got Dan Cooper's attention. He's coming over now. Here's the title of the lecture. And so I looked up in the database, and I was like, "Oh, wow, I've been wrong about this for a while. Like really, really wrong." And I looked up a few other positions, and I was like, "Oh, I'm wrong here too." So I thought today, I'd show you at least two of these positions where I've certainly been teaching or encouraging you to play one way, but at least according to a 68,000 game pro database, are the moves very non-frequently played. And
so you're inventing a new Joseki.
Well, the thing, it's the moves that I would teach you have been played by professionals. Like
What was it? Win rate.
I don't know, Dan.
Is that the important thing?
You mean the correct move or my move?
Your move.
I don't remember. But the correct if you play the correct move, it's basically 50-50.
Oh.
So maybe my move's better.
You're worse. Okay.
But I tried to find a bunch of similar situations, and it seemed to hold true that my move was always the inferior one, at least in terms of number of professionals who agree to it. So anyway, I thought I would show you the first move that sort of started it all, and show you at least one other position that was another thing that sort of came up that, I'm wrong. And maybe by today we'll all agree either A, how wrong I am, or how the other 68,000 games in the database are actually wrong and I'm right. Those are the two options. Might not quite work in my favor, but we'll try. Okay, so here let's show you the game in question. I think I was going to do this I can do two different orientations. I'm just trying to decide which way to put black. Let's put black this way. No, let's put black. All right, so we'll do it like the original game that this came up. So black plays here. And this is a computer game, so the corner doesn't matter, right? So normally, again, I would start black over here and play the game this way. Okay, you guys don't care. Good. And then this move. And this move, and hey, we have a game. So far, this is good. If you look at this move position up in the database, anyone know where the next move is by majority of professionals? Something like 3,000 out of maybe 4,000 games of this position will be played here.
Left or left? 4-6 maybe?
Yeah, this one. It's probably closer to 3,000 up 5,000 because this is also almost as popular. Mm-hmm. Right, so both of these are good. So the game that I was reviewing went like this. And white played here. And this is the part where Nick Sibicky is wrong. Mm. Like this is okay, this is fine. But the next move for black is sort of where the professional community and I seem to have a disagreement.
Show us first where you would play, where you could.
So in the review, I was looking at this and I was going, you should really attack this stone because you can build something big over here. So I like this move a lot. Potentially, you could play something like this as well, or even like this. But this was the one that I liked. But I'm wrong.
I like all your moves.
Say
Much
that.
better than the moves
I like
I've
all
been
your
playing.
moves.
You like a line moves?
That's what I would do.
Attack.
Yeah, it turns out this move has a problem though, and the problem isn't really apparent. Certainly not apparent at the start at all. But there are a number of Joseki that come out from here. But most of the Joseki end up with this stone being relatively weak. And so it turns out this pincer doesn't really build this very well. And to some degree, this one has the same problem, right? This one doesn't really build this very well either. It does attack white. I mean, it does put pressure on white, but the net result is that white actually gets pretty strong.
If it was closer to white, say it was on 13-4, would that be more pressure on white?
It'd be more, but
Make it so
then
strong?
the stone might end up being even weaker,
Oh, okay.
right? So, because white, all white has to do, so if we play here, white might play this. And this is a pretty common, this is a good attacking Joseki, especially when black has something over here, because you want to run white while solidifying this and continue to put pressure on it. This is Joseki. White can come back here, but often we'll play another move out here somewhere. And so even if white just plays here, right, saying, what about this stone? Well, black can kill it, but what happens to white?
White's putting pressure back the other direction.
Yeah, so this stone didn't really build anything. And if we play this exact same sequence, this is a little bit better, right? You'd rather have this one, because it's not going to just immediately get killed and pushed into the wall. But that's basically the point, is that this pincer doesn't, puts pressure on white, but doesn't actually result in a strong position over here, unless you do some like non-Joseki or really, really special case kind of scenario. So Nick Sibicky is wrong, right? I guess.
So you just take territory in the corner or side?
Yep.
I'll be doing it.
And this is a.
That's my move.
Thank you, Dan. It's right on cue. And so there was another. So I was going through the database this week and sort of looking at these bunch of different positions and trying to find some sort of theme and why I could be so wrong. And the one theme I did find, at least when and this is actually a really hard thing to do, because I look at the database and the database would come up with this grand theory that like these pincers become all just much more common just across the board when black has something here already. So if black has something over here, then we pressure this and we develop this. But if we're trying to develop this over here, this was very, very rare to see pincer. However, when I went and selected individual games, like just recent individual games by pros from from 1P all the way up to 9P. I looked at Guli game and Elise Adol game and just these other games just rapidly going through the opening. And they would play pincers whenever they felt like it. Or at least, that's not entirely true, but sure, they would pincer there, right? It wasn't a problem for them. And it was really strange to see this aggregate, right, of this huge database, and at the same time compare it with looking at individual games and seeing that it was difficult for me to rectify the two opinions. Yeah. But anyway, in the database, right, this idea of pincering definitely was a pattern that's shown that this here is wrong, but on the other hand, if black had something over here, then this happened all the time. Or at least more common, I should say.
So if black had some more to the side, then that pincer had more.
Yeah, has more merit. But in this case, this is by far far and away, 80% of the time compared to all the other moves that were played. I think it was in the 70s actually. You can check it out, see the actual percentage, but far and away the most common response here. And I think compared to my move, I don't remember, I think it was 50 times more likely to play this move than my move in professional games.
Does that imply that it's definitely better?
No, it doesn't prove it. It doesn't prove it. Let's say it. Yes, it implies it.
It feels to you like that implies it.
Well, if there's 1,000 players who are in the database who are stronger than I am, there's actually more than 1,000, I guess, and they're all playing this one, I think that implies it.
Okay.
It doesn't prove it though,
It could
right?
be that they just know the outcome's better.
Well, then that would imply that it's better.
Yeah. If they know how to deal with
They
it.
better understand how to deal with responses
Yeah.
to this move.
That's right. So, yeah. So anyway, this is what they played. And I looked at this for a while, and this was like, really? Why would you do this? This is stupid. Right? This seems stupid to me. And I'll show you the reason why I thought it was, well, I guess I don't think it's stupid anymore. Actually, I will play this now quite happily in my
Now
games.
white to
Black plays here. No, not necessarily. No. White will often, there is a Tanuki move here. There is a lot of pro games where you see a move like this here.
Right now?
Right now.
Wow.
Right now. Yeah, so this is a cool move, and I've seen this in games before, and occasionally even play my own game. But you're basically saying, hey Black, can I have some in your corner? And the reason why you're doing this right now is because you're not sure what kind of shape or what kind of group to make here yet. So you're saying, hey Black, can I have some in your corner? And if Black says yes, you can have some corner, but you have to take it and rotate it later. I now know, right, that I'm safe to just make this sort of clunky looking group and be cool. Actually, this is probably a hair better. Whatever, yeah, it's probably a hair better. Right, and I'm fine. And later on I'll come back and white can live in the corner provided that Black doesn't have any more stones over here.
So
So this is a move, but that's not really what, Nick Sibicky isn't wrong about that move, that's okay.
So when white makes that move,
Oh, this attachment?
well, when white makes that move and then black responds, say, well, maybe I want some corner, this is saying what as far as the other side goes?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Let's say it wasn't what I prepared for today.
okay.
We could figure it out if we really wanted to, but I don't want to, so I don't care. This move, however, this move I will address this move because in this variation, actually white ends up getting sort of a wall here that then they can use this as a foundation for this group. So like this variation is very significant to this group in terms of what you do with it. When Black plays here, it's also significant. Or sorry, this one is also significant, but I don't exactly know how or why. Anyway, not really the point. I'm just saying this is a potential for one of the moves. But the other thing you can do is just play it. And so, and then Black responds. That moved on stone already. And white actually has a problem. And this is why, if we go back to this move, this is why this move is actually good. It's because of this move that white has to make right now. Because where does white play?
3-point jump on the low, yeah.
This looks normal, right? And in fact, many professional games have played here. Although not all of them. There's actually got some other options. But here, before we go on to some of the other options, why doesn't white like this move?
Seems slow. But I don't know.
Well, and what else? There's another big reason.
It gives Black a nice extension.
This
to power.
this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Right? This is effectively like a 2.5 stone wall. How far do you want to extend from like a 2 stone wall?
3.
Okay. Did Black get that point? Okay, good. What else now?
Threatens white space also.
Yeah, this is threatening to come in and do mean and terrible things, right? So usually, not always, but usually if white wants to protect this, especially if white's in a giant sphere of Black influence, white will play here. How good is this move for white?
Well, now Black gets a bigger box.
Yeah, later on, Black doesn't have to play it. This puts very little pressure on this right now. White does have an invasion point, but Black is just happy to make this exchange. But later on, yeah, Black can still make a chunk of territory. And here's the other key part. This move doesn't really make that many more points for white. Right, when we add this stone on the board, we're effectively gaining up to about 6 points, probably only 4 or 5. I mean, realistically, so we're adding us, 1 stone for relatively few points. That it was a group that was already strong, and now this is very over-concentrated looking. So that's kind of an issue. What if I'll show you one of the other moves that white. So this is a more recent innovation. I'm not really sure when this started, but white really didn't want to play this, even though this is the proper move. So you want to know where white has also been experimenting with?
1 or 2 point jump from the up from the 2 stones.
Like over here?
Oh, all the way. No. I'm still on the farther side. Yeah, over there.
Oh, so this is a move we see white make. This is a move, but when do we play this one?
When you have no base.
potential on it.
Okay, I guess so. But when do we want to play this move?
Oh,
Wouldn't we already have something over to the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we already have if these were a bunch of white stones over here, then we want to play this one, right? We want to expand it out.
Yeah.
We want to use this to develop something big and keep black low. In this case, we have nothing to develop, right? So black's like, oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And if white says, oh, I'm going to make this into points, black's just going to go, hey, that's great. You can have all 5 or 6 of these points. That's great. The stone isn't very useful, right, for making something big, because white doesn't have any other stones over here. So in this position, the other move white's been experimenting with is this one. It is gutsy, isn't it? I was kind of shocked when I saw how many pro games that play this. It was in the hundreds in the database, I think. I want to say it was probably close to 100. I can't quite remember the numbers, but it was more than I expected. I was like, really? That's weird. But it's not that weird, because white already plays this move, especially if white plays this variation. And this variation has defects too, right? Because black always has this point here to mess with white. And here, they're still sort of the same weakness, though it's not. This stone is stronger going this way, but weaker connecting, right? You guys have seen all this connection. You know, if we play something like this, which is not Joseki, but sometimes you just got to do it.
sometimes, yeah.
It's all cool. Black can just link up. So there's definitely still weaknesses here. But white is also saying, hey, if you don't want to play on a move over here, even because it's too over-concentrated for you, right? This is too close. It's actually not that over-concentrated for white.
True.
And furthermore, this actually has a pretty strong effect on a corner invasion. So, you know, white is more than happy to take this kind of shape, right? Because if these two stones have a base and black invades, white only has to worry about this, making good shape and getting this to be strong and safe.
So would you play that extension after black invades?
You would find time for this in the opening. Black is unlikely to invade right now while it's still the opening.
Let's say some other things develop on the bottom and then black invades. I mean, what
Would I play it
first?
here? It's possible, but it depends on so many other things. It's not worth going into.
Okay.
I can't cover it right now. So this is kind of innovative, right? That's kind of cool. And again, this also works the same way if white plays this one. Very decent.
So when that happens, does the group on the right end up dying a lot, or does it have to run the whole game?
Okay, here's the thing. When I looked this up in the database, I didn't play to the end of every game in the database.
Fair enough.
So I have no idea the result of any particular stone on the board for the rest of the game. I'm just telling you, we go back to here, Nick Sibicky was wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you why it's right? It's because after this, if we just play normal, something like this, white has to play a move white doesn't like.
Got it.
Right? Because we either end up with, right, all these results, like even though we're trying to find like the best answer for white, they're all kind of bad. They're all bad for white, right?
Yeah.
Because we'd really
It
just
still
like,
has both corners.
yeah, I mean, we really like to have something more like this, right? Then we don't get this, right? Or actually, no. What we really want to have is this. Right? That's what we really want to have. So black is okay attaching here. Right? Okay, good. Want to see another position?
Yes.
All right, this one I'm less wrong. I was more just surprised. So this was, we'll subtitle this, Nick Sibicky is wrong and or surprised. All right, so here we go. Here's a game. This is a game many of you have probably played before. We'll go that way.
Ooh,
Yep, that's it.
I don't remember it.
I remember that.
I was even surprised in this position when I went through this game through the database. And where does black play?
Usually
Approach?
three on top.
Approach.
One of the sides?
3-3 on top, is that what you said, George?
I'm sorry, the 10-3 on top.
Oh, this move very rare.
Or 10-4.
10-4.
Yes.
This was actually the second most common move in this position.
Just nice move approach.
Yeah, by far and away, the most common move is either one of these.
Okay.
So we'll play this one because it's...
Actually, that's what I do anymore, too.
This is what you would do in your game?
Yeah.
Well then, dude, you're 9-down pro. However, this is not the move I was surprised by. So you're not ahead of me there. All right, what does white do?
Knights.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
far and away, right, the most commonly agreed good move, right? If you go through the database, this is like still far and away ahead of everything else. Although if you go like these move, like this move for black and this move for white, still actually have lots of other variations. Like you can go down a very twisted path very early, just cause. But I'm saying this is by far, just from a numbers perspective, right? This is the most common. It's the most common response. All right. Actually, I'll go back on the last thing I said. It's not that I was surprised. It's also that I had actually been teaching this wrong. At least led people to believe that one was better than the other, and really perhaps the opposite is true. So where would you play?
At this point.
Black?
As black. It's black's move, yes.
Start point on the left?
Too early.
Yeah, this is what I would encourage my students to play.
Really?
I would dive in.
And you know why?
Early.
Yes, really. This is you guys. I haven't been teaching you this.
No.
All right. Well,
I don't think
this is where I would play in my game.
I must have gotten taught that.
I missed that class.
You missed this one? Well, but here's how I've been thinking of the game, and here's why Nick Sibicky is wrong. I'm going hi. I'm very interested in developing everything. I want to play, light, flexible, right? Light, flexible, high, and keep everything very consistent. And now, I don't think anyone out there can say this move is wrong, but this is far and away not the most common move that professionals play. However, it wasn't the 50-to-1 variation that we saw in the previous pincer move. It's only about 5-to-1. So my move isn't that uncommon, right? It's still almost 20% of the time still played. Actually, the other variation is probably like 10 to 15%, given the percentages. Look them up. Okay, good. So where do you think the professionals played?
2-4 on the lower left.
Yeah, number one by far. It's a surprise to Dan too. Yeah, this is so boring, right? This is like, why is the professional playing this? And for me, I think this is kind of dumb. At least I thought this was kind of dumb.
But it's solid.
It's solid, but look, how is this Joseki going to go?
Well, two or three ways.
2 or 3 ways, but let's go with the most common, appropriate way, the most expected way.
White is not green.
Yeah.
But
And then where does black
I don't
go?
think white's
2-point extension from the,
This is good for black.
But we don't end up with
It's a game.
you want.
Yeah, this is
White's not gonna play this way.
this is the most commonly played way.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
If the game ends up with this corner position, white 4-4-4-4-4-4-4-4, this is the most common result out of all the results.
Depends on what server you're playing on.
have you,
Yes. No, that's my point. A lot of these games, like I realized that a lot of like my 2-space extensions, like that seemed to be like a KGS and a Taijin thing.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't. I don't think that wasn't true at the professional games. That was playing, Dawn level KGS and Taijin games, and just everyone just going pincer happy and just attack mode. Just attack and fight.
If you dive in with black, usually white doesn't respond to 3-3 on.
Yeah. You Tanuki here and play
But
something.
usually just attach. Like
Or this is also very common.
I see that every time.
But again, white only does this when white wants to develop down here.
what about 1 point above that for white? Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
same. Also common. Yeah, these two you can. There are differences, but let's say for you guys, they're interchangeable.
White's hoping to seal black in and take the bottom.
Actually, no. I guess they're not interchangeable at all because in this case, it's much more likely you'll actually get the thickness you're trying to get. In this one, you're more likely to end up with a group here and with black to be made slightly uncomfortable, maybe.
In this situation here, how should black respond?
This move,
Right here? Okay.
yes, almost the only move.
And white, I think, would extend upwards and then black.
Yes, normal. There is a Joseki move here. Oh, sorry, white move first, yeah. But if There is a black can jump the gun here. White here, there's like the most common variation. Then here or here. I think this is slightly more common, but I'm not really 100% sure, but they're both playable. And then black plays here. White can play here. Black play here. White play here. Here? One of these, depending. This one.
Yes.
Okay, but there's a whole bunch of variations that deal with this. And there's some crazy exchanges can happen. That's what makes this line of play difficult, and why it's more likely for you to see it in a game where you're playing against a much stronger player, because they'll do the difficult one. Anyway.
Or Korean players.
More what?
Or Korean players.
Or Korean players, yes. Okay, so we're here, right? We're playing the normal one. I'd like to hear it. I'm explaining to you why I thought this was dumb. The reason is actually pretty, I feel like it's pretty philosophically consistent. It's that we have high, I want to develop something big, and all of a sudden I have low, low, low. Like, this doesn't feel like it's contributing to any of this. And furthermore, later on, white can even still just come in here and have enough room to live. So it's not even like this stone is actually helping develop this area. Yet professionals play it profoundly often.
Sorry if it's off topic, but I see black sometimes playing the knight's move instead of.
Okay with me.
Here?
Yeah.
This is rare when you have no other stones
No,
over here.
okay, that's what I got.
If you have another stone over here, fine, perfect.
Okay.
This is the one you actually have to play,
Okay.
right? Because if you play this is just too low, low, low. You get shoulder hit and you just get nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, go a step further. Okay, so if we look at this position, where is white going to play on this board?
Bottom?
No.
First top right.
No. Yes.
Do you have to jump in right away? Like,
This is by far the most common follow here.
okay.
And there's a couple reasons for it. I know, Dan. I know. Shocking.
Yeah,
Far and away the most common.
but
But remember how Sanran Sei was so common? In this case, it's actually really nice for black, right?
Yes.
So it feels like we really have to break this up. And white can't build faster than black in this case. So if I build and black builds and I build and black builds and white builds and black builds, black is going to win.
True.
And a black pincer on that approach is really not a good time. This is not a good time for it.
For black to pincer right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. Black can't do this right now.
Yeah.
but it doesn't, there's no,
Yeah, this is not a good result for black, because if white jumps in the corner now, like which way do you block? You could block this way, right, to try to build something here, but this is no good. If we just play Joseki, white goes, aha, shoulder hit, you don't have that point. Right, you're very limited potential.
Yeah, it's really sad when that happens.
And if we block the other way, it's very sad when that happens, I agree. Right, if we cut off this stone, play this one, and I'm just going to play them out of order. That's not right. Oh my gosh.
One line too far out.
There you go.
That doesn't look right. Right? Now this group isn't doing anything. Right? It's really not doing anything. It's really not contributing anything. And meanwhile, black now has this little wall. That's good if we can develop this, but it's tough. It'll feel like white will actually expand faster here.
Wasn't there a pincher stone out there somewhere?
Yes, so. Alright, should we play this one? Or this one? Okay. Something.
That
This,
doesn't look
this
so
doesn't.
bad.
This whole side that we played on first, right? Black decided this side was more important for some reason, is now crap. Right? So it's nothing for anyone.
And yeah.
Right? If we're gonna play this way, we might as well just go back and play Sanran Sei. And just develop this side directly, because that's what black effectively did. And give up Sente to do it. Okay, so go back to the correct move, or at least the most played move. What do you think black does instead?
Not.
Not pincer, so what does that mean?
Back off.
The 3-5
On the
attachment.
fourth line.
George says this.
Oh, no, actually,
Oh, this one.
yeah.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely.
There.
I know people, everybody says it's not a good thing.
It's good when black has a stone here.
I know.
But it's bad when you don't.
I know,
Because you still have a corner invasion,
yeah.
and white makes perfect spacing. But if black has a stone here, then yeah, white's like, I don't know where to play. I want to play there. Or I'll just play there. But this is silly.
What if instead of the
This one, this is one we want to play.
that one, just that?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes!
Play.
And then white will usually, just secure this somehow. It's up to black whether or not he wants to respond again, but this is common, or this is also common here. Just play this directly. Because the danger with this is if black does something like this or this now, and black makes this whole outside here and here. So pick one of these. Here, here, here. They're all possible. But this is the basic sequence. Okay, we're gonna go a step back. Let's leave all these stones where they are, except compare the difference in this Joseki. So black approaches, white responds, black plays here.
Well, then you kind of wish that extension were on the third line.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now this is awkward shape,
True.
right? Because now there's still invasions here. And there's definitely still invasions here. So, I now, if white does invade, I'm actually in more danger of getting something cut off. If I had gone back and played this one, and white invades, there's nothing in danger of getting cut off, right? I have no weaknesses. So this is my own analysis. No one told me this. I'm just assuming because based on the numbers that I'm analyzing, right? That the reason why most professional players prefer this one is that even though there's slightly more space here for an invasion, it's not as severe for white to actually make it. So it actually is protecting yourself. Because if you also look at the database again, in this position, guess where white plays?
Invade. No.
Same move. Right? This is the best development area for black. So we still need to reduce it. We still need to get in there and break it up. So if this is identical, right, this is basically the most common move in both scenarios, right? This is the proper way to reduce black from here or from here. Then black actually has a choice which one he prefers. And because the move is the same and the invasion is severe, I assume that black doesn't like having the stone here, prefers it to actually be solid there. Even though he's not taking as much, even though he's not using all the central influence as much, it's because white's response is basically the same.
So if white does get in there and split the two groups, will the top group be in danger of being...
Well, first of all, white still needs to either end in gote here or leave a weak group. So the invasion is going to happen later, right? And even if we play...
just make the base.
Oh, actually, no, I misspoke. The move isn't the same. Sorry. No, this move isn't the same. This move is the same, right? Black's response is different here. Here, black will actually pincer. Because now we have something to develop, right? And again, go back to my opening theory where I said, we don't pincer to develop this. We pincer to develop this. And black has it as a developable position. Right, so in this case, when white plays here, we don't play this again.
So you pincer to develop
Although
the
we
other
could.
side.
Yeah, we'll actually pincer here.
You wouldn't do that if you didn't have the black stone on the middle.
No,
Nope.
right.
So that's why my pincers fit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If we go back to here, white plays here, we just play here, right? We don't care about the invasion. When plays here or here, we have to try to develop this.
So the idea is that the aftermath of this pincer will strengthen the left side group.
The aftermath of the pincer will.
Will strengthen the left side group and prevent an invasion there?
Absolutely. Most common. By far, this is the most common result from this position.
Okay.
Here. And
Nice.
No, white can't press him down.
Hmm?
And no, white can't
Yeah, white can't press down here. So, I mean, it's a different game, right? If you, between this one and this one, or this one and this one we play on, right? This is the expected result when you play here versus this one. And it's sort of like, which one do you like better? I guess to some degree. But, 80% of professionals seem to prefer the other one. You like this one? Well, then you keep playing my way and I'm not wrong. That's what I'll play too.
Can white in the bottom left corner play the other knight's move off of the...
This?
Oh no, the bottom left. Yeah, does that leave a co open? Does that
You don't want to play this because you want to play here.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to play over here, play this one. Right, if you...
I was just trying to feel out how bad that move is actually.
Oh, this move?
Yeah.
There was one game I came across, or one position where I was surprised. I can't really get like the exact sequence of moves, but looking through the database, where this was like the move played by the vast majority of professionals, which I'd never seen before in any database. Where like this is called the Susubaro, this foot sweep in Japanese, where like the Susubaro was like the widely agreed upon response to something.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I know what it is, but I also have to go. Maybe that'll be lecture topic for next week. The one case where I've seen the Susubaro is agreed upon as good.
The whole lecture.
Because actually, I can tell you how to find it. If you go to, I think if you go to Waltheri's online Go database, and you just
Waltheri's?
WALTHERI,
Right.
and you just click on the most popular move, just from the very beginning, like the best move, number one, and you just do that about 15 times. You will find a variation where that is the most commonly played move.
So just skate down the top of the play tree.
That's right. You just keep going down the play tree until
It
you
must
find it.
it must happen a lot then.
Well, except by the time you play 15 moves, the most popular move in Go from a database of 68,000 games, you're only left with like 15 games. So it doesn't take very long to get down to it. Even if you play like the most common move in all situations, you're still getting down to pretty single-digit kind of game. So it's not like chess, right? Where you have like book openings that are 50 moves long, where everyone plays this 50 move sequence first, and then they play chess. Right? Go doesn't quite do that.
Yeah.
It does it for like 4 moves, right? And then you're on your own. Okay, so we have lots of time here for games. I'm told Brian will stick around for a little while.
I will, until 8:30 at least.
Okay, so sorry I had to cut it short, but we'll see you guys next week.